Hey, this is Liz with Big Tex Worms, and I'm going to do a brief video on the subject. Get ready. Oh my gosh, my worms are trying to escape. Yeah, I did that on purpose. I get quite a few frantic emails from new buyers saying that their worms are trying to escape. My first question is, A, how many worms are trying to escape? And B, what have you done since you received the worms? Those are my first two questions. I asked the first question because I'm going to open up this bin and show you. This is a new bin, and you'll see that there's worms on the lid there. Alright, and then there's also worms crawling around the sides of the bin in here. There's a few over here. As I open the lid, this one's trying to come out. So I would say anything under 20 or so worms crawling around the top and the sides is totally and completely normal. They just like to investigate. They come up to the top to look around or whatever. So do not freak out if there are, 10 or 20 worms crawling around the top. Now, if you have gobs and gobs of worms around the top or falling around the sides of your bin or trying to escape, something is going on. So next, my question is, what have you been feeding the bin? Have you been overfeeding? Have you been overwatering? Or have you been overstimulating? Because those are the three main causes: overfeeding, overwatering, and overstimulating. And most of the time, honestly, people have done all three. Their bin's way too wet. They've fed gobs of food and the bin got hot. And then they've been stirring the bin up to see. They'll always say, I'm stirring it up just to see if they were alive. Well, that totally stresses them out. You just got to leave them alone. So let's just say that there were lots and lots of worms on the top of this bin, and you want them to go back down. So what you would do is you would, put as many as you can, grab them, just throw them back down on top of the bedding, and then you get a light. This is just a shop light. I like to use a 100-watt bulb. You'll see it's very, very, very bright. And then put it directly on top of the bin, like that. So when I say shine a light on the bin, I mean directly on top of the bin. I don't mean just turn the light on in the room and have an overhead light on. It needs to be a light shining directly on the bin. In other words, we are trying to fake the worms out and make them think that it's a very bright sunny day, and they will burrow down. So there's a few worms still on top, but you'll see in just a second, I'm just going to leave it here, that they're going to start kind of burrowing down. Some of the bigger worms take their time, but the little ones, like I put a couple little ones, like here's one that's real active. So I'm going to put it on top and show you real quick how quickly it will go down. See, it's already starting to go down. So they should quickly go down and they should stay down. So if your worms have been stressed and they've been crawling around the top, the first thing is you need to correct whatever stressed them. So if you've got too much food in the bin, you need to take all that food out. If your pH is bad, you need to correct the pH. And if you don't know if your pH is bad or not, you need to buy a pH meter. If it's too wet, then you would mix in some dry bedding. And if you've been overstimulating, that one's an easy one. You just step away from the bin. So you would leave this light on for about at least 12 to 24 hours before you do anything. So back off your feeding and all that. Another reason you might want to shine a light on a bin, if it's a new bin, like a bin that's probably under 2 or 3 months old, when the barometric pressure changes outside, so it's about to rain, you would want to go ahead and take the lid off and shine a light on your bin. So anytime, they don't know that they're safe in a bin, so they're going to try to go for higher ground. Their worms are pretty stupid. So this video covers shining a light on your bin. And if you buy worms from me, or you buy worms from anybody, and you have worms shipped to your house, you should always shine a light on your bin for 24 hours before doing anything at all, because they are stressed from their travels. So I hope this was helpful. Come back, visit my YouTube channel and for more videos. And I've got lots of useful information, over 400 pages of articles that I've written on worm composting on my website, bigtexworms.com. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.